Well, Christopher Nunley is here tracking our weather. Christopher, it has been a very busy day. We've been following this first alert weather day for quite a while. There's a lot going on around Western Washington.
Yeah, we have a lot going on across the area. You're seeing it out there. You're feeling it as well. And we're under this first alert day until 11 p.m. tonight. And this is because of the heavy rains we're seeing as well as those gusty winds. This could lead to some isolated areas of some urban flooding, some possibly minor to moderate river flooding, as well as spotty power outages later on this evening once we see an uptick in those winds. And there's a lot going on. So let's go ahead and break this down. We have a flood watch in effect right now. This continues all the way until tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the dark green shaded areas. This does include Seattle, Everett, Tacoma, Olympia, Bellingham, all included within this flood watch. There is a wind advisory for the brown shaded areas, including Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia until 11 p.m. tonight. And folks, the National Weather Service went ahead and upgraded to a high wind warning kicking in effect tonight at 8 p.m. and this continues until 2 a.m. for Whidbey Island as well as Everett. Where you see that mustard color polygon, that is where we could see winds gusting upwards of 60 miles per hour late tonight into tomorrow morning. And that, of course, could lead to some isolated tree damage that could also lead to some power outages. We also have flood warnings in effect right now, 6 of them just recently issued by the National Weather Service. So let's go ahead and break these down. Where you see those bright green polygons, those are flood warnings. We have one for the Snoqualmie River at moderate flood stage near Snoqualmie Falls, right here where you see this green polygon. Also the Tolt River at moderate flood stage near Carnation, this green polygon right here. We have a third flood warning for the Skokomish. This is moderate flood stage as you work your way into Mason County, just to the south of Hoodsport. There's also a flood warning as we work our way into the Stillaguamish River, minor flood stage near Arlington. So just to the north of Everett as you work your way into Snohomish County. We have another flood warning as well for the Skycomish River. Minor flooding is possible near Gold Bar. That does include Highway 2. And then in Puyallup, there is a flood warning on the Puyallup River, minor flood stage near Ording down in Pierce County. So a lot going on. Luckily right now expected to stay either in the minor to moderate flood stage, so mainly impacting farmland as well as just some rural areas. But we'll continue to keep a really close eye on this and bring you updates as more warnings are issued. But folks, notice we have rain all the way from the coast to the Cascades. The dark green color shaded areas you see in the yellow, that is some of that moderate rainfall. But we're not seeing a lot of it here in Seattle. Look, it's almost a donut around parts of Seattle, even extending toward Bremerton. We're seeing that rain shadow from the Olympics. So we've been largely dry here in Seattle and parts of King as well as northern part or southern parts of Snohomish County. But I'm expecting some of this to fill in throughout the afternoon hours, which we'll take a look at that future radar. But I want to show you this. This is what is responsible for the active weather we are seeing. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles worth of atmospheric moisture surging into the area. This is that atmospheric river, not unusual for this time of the year, but this is on the stronger side, one of the stronger ones we've seen this season. And this is allowing for some of that moderate rainfall and also creating that uptick in the wind as well. Look at that from Seattle south. We're seeing those winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour. These are those observed wind gusts over the past hour. Expecting that uptick later on this evening, especially near Oak Harbor and Everett. Could see winds 50 to 60 miles per hour. Wind gusts, sustained winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. This could lead to some power outages, but the good news is, folks, by tomorrow morning we see lighter winds area-wide. Still breezy, but lighter than what we're seeing. Seattle, it's cloudy, but largely dry. That rain shadow, that kept me dry on my run this morning. We see that rain start to fill in, though, later on this afternoon. I think the rain shadow kicks back in, though, around 7:30, so kickoff for the Huskies taking on Oregon State, hoping for a win, thinking it's going to be dry. We start to dry out tomorrow morning, other than that convergence zone that sets up in parts of King and Snohomish County. Folks, that could dump some snow for Snoqualmie as well as Stephen Passes. So if you have to cross over the mountains, maybe you want to do that now after morning snow. Those snow levels have surged up to around 7,500 feet. Just wet roadways right now, but we start to see that snow fill in overnight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures today, we're going to be in the 50s, pretty mild with that mild air from the atmospheric river. Temperatures come crashing down, though, with the cold front. We're going to see highs struggle to even hit 40 degrees by Tuesday.